Hi guys, it's me Sam. Here's something a bit different for you today. I thought I'd do a bit of a vlog style video restringing one of my guitars. So I'm a big Floyd Rose fanboy. Love the Floyd Rose. Love the way it sounds. Love the way it stays in tune. But if we're honest, it's a pain in the arse to restring and maintain. So I thought I'd do a bit of a vlog style video doing that, and hopefully you guys will find it interesting. I don't do this kind of thing very often, but if you like it, let me know, and let me know if you'd like to see other videos on similar subjects. Please leave me a comment and tell me what you'd like to see. Okay, so let's crack on. Here we go. Okay, so here we are. I've just taken off the strings already, just to save that. It's easy enough to do that. I've just unlocked the nut, I've taken the strings out of here, I've unlocked the Floyd bridge and pulled all the strings out. So let's talk about the Floyd unit here. So where I live here in Alberta, it's actually a very dry part of Canada, and that's kind of a mixed blessing because the dryness is horrible for pieces of wood like rosewood here. I've got this rosewood neck which I have to be very careful about, but for the Floyd it's great because it's so dry. I don't have to worry about these parts going rusty as much as I had to worry about them in England. So that's really good. Now what I've got here, I've got a little paintbrush. I recommend this for any guitar player's toolkit, and it's really good for getting in all of those little nooks and crannies and getting all of the dirt out. Now I've taken all of the strings off at once here, and if you're going to do that, and this is something I don't do all the time, but if you are going to do that, make sure that you block off the trem. So I've just used this packet of strings just to go underneath the trem so it can't move. If I give you a bit of a close-up there, you see that? It's just wedged under there, and it means I don't have to worry about rebalancing it after. So I've seen people use pieces of wood and all of that. This works really well. Let me give you a bit of a handy cam view. I thought I could use my iPhone to give you some close-ups here. So in the Chappers style, I'll sync up the cameras with a slap. Right, so let me just take you in here. So I've just got in there and got all the dust off of that. And you can do that around the pickups here. You can also do that around the strings up at the top here. That gets very dusty over there. So there we go. That's one of the benefits of taking all of the strings off at once. You get to give it a bit of a wipe down, which is really good. So I've been having a bit of an issue with some of these fine tuners recently. They're just a little bit hard to turn. I'm actually going to level all of these off somewhat. Let me give you a bit of a view like that. So these are all just up and out of the way. I don't know if this is going to be a bit blurry, but we'll find out later. Now this is a really cool product that you can get your hands on. I've got some 3-in-1 oil that I just got from the hardware store, and this is great for keeping these little guys lubed up. So I'm going to do that now. Let me turn this off, it's going to be too fiddly. Right then. So just a little, give you a bit of a close-up with this one, that'll work nicely. Just a little drop and it'll run down there. There we go. It's just dripping down nicely. Yeah, there we go. And that's just gone into each one of those. I'm just going to give them a bit of a turn just to get the oil into each of those. Okay, I'm going to wipe off that excess a little bit later. And like I mentioned earlier, one of the problems with me being here in Alberta is the dryness, and this is especially true in the winter when you've got your heating running all the time, and it can just create havoc with your necks. Now this piece of rosewood is completely unfinished, so if I show you the back of this here, you see there's nothing on here, there's no lacquer, no nothing. So I want to give it a really good oiling today. So let me just grab this. This is one of my favourite products, Jim Dunlop. It's the lemon oil. I love the smell of this. I wish they made an air freshener like this, because I'd have it in my car or something. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip the old gal over here. There's just too much sexual innuendo. I'll have to apologise for all of this. Okay, and I've just put a healthy amount on there, and I'm just going to give it a bit of a rub in here. Yeah, this stuff just smells great. So that's all over there, very nice. I'm just going to flip her over again, and I'm just going to really put a lot of this stuff on because I love it. Right, so let me give you a bit of another close-up here. And again, in the Chappers style, sink them up. So you see, I've just literally doused this in oil. Now I'm going to leave this for a little while because I want it to absorb some of that goodness. So I'm going to come back to this in an hour or so. So I'll see you then. Cheers. Right, so that's all soaked in nicely. I'm just going to take the excess off with this nice microfiber cloth that I got. Yeah, love the smell of this stuff. I'm not being too careful about taking it all off. I don't mind if it sits there for a little while longer and soaks in. That's soaked in really beautifully on the back of the neck. Very nice. Right then. So, let's get these new strings on here. So, I've got a pack of cleartone strings here. These are great. I'm new to these, and I want to thank Andy over at Cleartone, and also Robert Baker for the hookup. Thanks, buddy. These are really cool. They're coated strings, and off the bat, coated strings are really cool if you're playing a Floyd Rose and you hate restringing, like I do, because you don't have to do it as frequently. So right there, that is fabulous. So they last a lot longer, and you know, the other thing with coated strings is I've used various coated strings in the past, and I've not really enjoyed them so much because I'm a big pick slider. I love pick sliding all the time, and in my previous experience with coated strings, I've done pick slides and taken the coating off, and I've got to say that I've tried these now, and I've been pick sliding, and it's so durable, the coating stays on. So I can't say enough good things about Cleartone strings. I'm really happy using them. So let's get these on. So I'll probably speed this bit up a bit. Okay, so before I rip through this super quick, I leave the ball end on this side because you don't have to clip them twice. Well, you can clip them twice, but you don't have to. If these weren't locking machine heads, I'd pull this right down to the actual mechanism, so the ball would be right down like that. But because these are locking, I usually just leave some slack and chop them off at the end. So let's get down to this. So that's looking good. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clip the string where the fine tuner is. That way I've got enough room to put it in. So I'm just going to put that in the little hole. And then I'm going to tighten it up a little with my finger. And then all the way up. So that's in, that's on. I'm going to tighten it at this end on the fine tuner. Oh, it's not the fine tuner. The locking mechanism. Let me pull that a bit tight. Okay, so I've locked that in now. Let me whiz through the rest of these at a higher speed. Yeah, we're in. Right then. So if you remember, I put some oil on the little fine tuners here. I'm just going to take off that excess now. I've given it a bit of time to work itself into the mechanism. So that's looking really good. And all I need to do now is I'm just going to pull these a little bit tight, the ones that I haven't locked, and then I'm going to lock them. And again, it's unusual for these to have the locking tuners, because of course there's no issue with tuning on a Floyd Rose, so you don't need them. But like I said, it's just to make my life easier when I'm restringing. I guess you can't see that well. I should probably be looking a little bit closer at what I'm doing here. Okay, we're in. So those are all nice and tight. I'm just going to pull these so they all stick up. There we go. And I'm going to cut the excess off now. There we go, all sorted. So now I need to get this in tune. And that's the nice thing about these tuners, when they're locked, you don't have too far to go to get them in tune, because there's no need to wrap around the pole so many times. So I'm going to do this with the gizmo actually. Let me give you a better angle here. There we go, We're back at tension here, and let me just get this in tune. I've got a pretty good ear. I think that's an E. We'll find out though. I don't have perfect pitch, but if I've played guitar earlier that day, which I have been today, I can remember that E a little better. I'm pretty confident that that's in tune. Okay, so let me just give this a bit of a extra bit of a, take the excess of the lemon oil off. And now that's in tune, I can stick the bar back in and depress that. And we're all in tune and restrung and all of that good stuff. So while I'm here, let me give it a bit of a rub down. And let's put these in the same order that I took them out. And of course all of my fine tuners are all re-leveled. I did that earlier. So here's a tip for you: when you're locking the nut, make sure it's in tune this way, because of course the gravity is taking effect on the neck, and if it's down this way it won't be in tune when it's this way. Okay, so now I'm just going to lock down the nut again. And we're good to go. So there we go, got the new strings on. Hope you enjoyed that. And again, special thanks to Andy and Cleartone Strings and Robert Baker. Thank you for the hookup, sir. So see you next time. Cheers.